Hey, what's up, everybody? It always feels like it's been forever when I come back on a Monday again. Last time I made one of these videos was on Friday. As you know, Monday, it's every Monday through Friday. Every Monday through Friday. Some days I get my days mixed up because I don't have like a real job, you know? So I thought today was actually Friday, which means that I would still have to, I'll still be making a video anyway because it's Monday through Friday. But I thought I was making a Friday video. Turns out it's Monday. I was looking at the news and Anthony Joshua was unfortunately involved in a fatal accident. And it's crazy. Now, okay, I apologize. If you haven't heard the news or read the news, Anthony Joshua is alive. I I apologize. I just realized how that sounded. I just accidentally. I watched what is it called? Zootopia 2. I watched Zootopia 2 recently, and there's a scene in there where the mayor is talking about somebody, and he's like, "Unfortunately, he's dead," and everyone was like, and then he's like, "Is what I would be saying if and I forgot what the joke was. If things went the wrong way or something like that." But you know how you always see in like movies or TV shows, somebody words something very poorly to make it sound like someone is deceased, and then they're like, "Oh, no, actually, I just said it weird," and then everyone's like, "Why'd you do that? You made us think he was dead." Anthony Joshua, I apologize. I accidentally did something that was actually quite humorous, even though this is a very dark and terrible situation. And then I kind of ruined it by over explaining it and then getting all jumbled and acting like I just learned the English language today. I apologize. Anthony Joshua was in a car accident. From everything I'm reading and understanding, there were 5 individuals in the vehicle, and 2 of them unfortunately passed away. 2 of them walked away completely unscathed, and Anthony Joshua has some type of injuries and was hurt and had to be taken, again from what I've read, on a jet back to the UK. Apparently they were in Nigeria. I mean, I'm not trying to be ethnically insensitive or anything like that, but the report was that he was in Nigeria on holiday, and I'm like, who goes to Nigeria on holiday, bro? Where are you gonna go next? Afghanistan? On holiday? And according to some of the comments that I read, like the way that the driving situation is like in places like India, Nigeria, supposedly his group was gonna surprise him and take him somewhere cool on holiday so he could enjoy himself, and he's like, "Where are we going?" And they said, "Where we're going, we don't need roads." And they were talking about Nigeria. I was reading in the comment section that there's basically no roads in Nigeria. And again, if I sound ignorant, please correct me. I may be speaking out the realm of my knowledge here, but I was being educated in comment sections today that apparently places like Nigeria, India, and I don't know where else, probably certain parts of Mexico, they just don't have roads. Like that's it. That's all there is to it. They just don't have roads. It's like a free for all. You just drive wherever, and hopefully you figure it out. And the thing that I was the most confused about is that from what I read and heard in different outlets and reports and videos and whatever, was that they hit a parked truck. Now, I don't know if maybe the roads are so crazy over there that they swerved real quick and they were trying to avoid another. Because every time I've ever heard about these different lands where they have no roads and no rules and stuff like that, I just imagine all these crazy vehicles crisscrossing all over the place, and it's just pure mayhem. Just imagine a bunch of kids running around on a playground when it's recess, just overlapping, just all over, crisscrossing this way and that way. And I just imagine the vehicles doing that. The only thing I could think of is maybe they were trying to avoid something. But they hit a parked truck. And a lot of people were, man. I mean, it would be really easy for me to point the finger at people today and about our society and just call everyone a bunch of animals and heartless and soulless and just these degraded individuals. But um um I don't know if you heard that. I'm not just laughing like a psychopath out of nowhere. I got a text message that made me laugh. There were people joking in the comments saying like, oh, I bet you it was like, I can't even remember if they were saying, I bet you it was Francis Nogano driving the car, like driving the car that Anthony Joshua was in, or Francis Nogano was driving the car that they collided with, and like maybe they didn't understand that it was a parked truck when they were trying to make that joke. But people just started throwing out, oh, that's what happens. It must have been Francis Nogano strikes again. And it's like, man, I don't know if these dudes that passed away, I don't know if they had wives. I don't know if they had children. It's I mean, it's not like I'm gonna do anything here. It's not like I'm anything special, but I mean, just for the sake of just even just honoring these dudes and just oh jeez, I can't even find it. Just, you know, even being able to say these dudes' names. With profound sadness, it has been confirmed that two close friends and team members, Sina Gami and Latif Ayodel, have tragically passed away, Matchroom Boxing said in a statement. Like, these two dudes, whatever their situation is, they're not going home. They're not going home. I don't know if they have families that they would have been going home to, but either way, it doesn't diminish somebody's, you know, they have siblings, they have parents, they have people who love and care about them. They're not going home. And what I was saying is it's easy to point the finger at people in our society and just be disappointed with them and whatever, but man, I think the way our brains have been wired with social media and with, I forget what they call it. There's like a term for it when there's media that's just constantly pumping negative, terrible, awful, cataclysmic things into your feed, like on the actual news, not even just like on your phone. I felt like there's a term for it where it's something media, where it's kind of like, it just implements all this kind of, like it numbs you. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just making that up. But it has. It's desensitized us. It has numbed us. It's numbed us to the point where our first instinct when we see something like that is, how can I get the most likes with my comment? How can I show up at the top? How can I get the most upvotes? What's the most clever thing I could say about two people dying? There's just a lot of things that happen that show you the state of our existence right now. That was one of them. What's the most clever, humorous thing that I could say? What's the little quip? What's the kind of meme comment that I could throw in there that's going to get me likes and make people chuckle and make me feel validated for the day? Two dudes are dead. And another thing that says a lot about the state of our society is when you look it up, it's just, I mean, I know that's what they got to do to get the news out and get the headline. But then, these two dudes passed away. And like every article I've been reading just goes on and on and on and on to talk about Anthony Joshua and two-time champion. And, he was a champion. He was Olympian. And he was this and that. And just defeated Jake Paul. It's like, dude, he ain't even the one that passed away. And I get it, but come on. I wonder if there was any kind of foul play. I do. Of course I do. That's the way that I always operate. They hit a parked vehicle. And for some reason, Anthony Joshua was in the vehicle in his chonies. Now, I don't know if the dude just rolls around like that. I don't know who they were rolling with. I don't know anything about the two dudes that walked away unscathed. I don't know what kind of situation they got caught up in. I don't know if it was like, like the movie The Hangover kind of situation and they got caught up into some kind of shenanigans and things took a left turn. Literally, quite literally, possibly. But I saw him in the car and I was like, why is he naked? And he gets out of the car and he's wincing and he's grimacing and he looks like he's uncomfortable. I'm like, why is this dude look like he's naked? Was he training in the car? What's he doing? I don't know. I don't know if they have, this may be an ignorant statement. I don't know if they have beaches in Nigeria. Excuse me, pardon me. Some people really like to flex their geography, by the way. I was talking with the dude the other day, and he was so proud of himself. He was really proud of the fact that he knew his geography. And I'm like, bro, you're a dentist. You're a dentist. Next time you fix someone's teeth from Nigeria, give me a call. I don't think it matters, bro. I don't know if there's beaches in Nigeria. I don't know if there's any logical reason for why Anthony Joshua would have been mobbing around in his chonies and why they would have hit a parked vehicle. The dude was just, well, I don't want to say on top of the world. And I don't really mind. I don't really mind smack talking Anthony Joshua right now because he's alive. But he was just, some might say, on top of the world. Wallet, with as far as his wallet is concerned. Maybe not his legacy or reputation. But he was just on that world stage, smiling, raising his hands, had a big old chain on, almost got his chain jacked by Logan Paul. Just, the pinnacle on Netflix getting paid. And then you see him on a video. I don't know, he kind of looked, and nobody could blame him. Nobody better blame him. Looked like he was shaken, maybe on the verge of crying. Who wouldn't cry? If his two homies were dead on the scene of a car accident, it was probably obvious to him. If it's on the scene, on arrival, it's probably obvious. It was probably ugly. He looked, to me, I don't know anything. I'm not a professional about that. He looked like he was like traumatized. The way he looked when he was just kind of sitting there, he looked like this dude saw something tragic and ugly and life-changing. He looked shaken. And he was just on Netflix, just big money, just everything. Top of the world, calling people out. Now he's sitting there, basically naked, traumatized. Homie's dead. He could have been dead. Who knows? Who knows if he has internal damage? Who knows if things go sideways? Who knows? Hopefully they don't. We should pray that they don't. But it just shows you how delicate life is. Things could just turn on you in an instant. Makes you think about what's important, what's temporal, and what's eternal. These stupid, silly games that we play on this earth that we think mean something. I'm not going to be able to take my green tea matcha lemonade with me to another realm. You know what I'm saying? I hope they have it there. I hope they have it. But I know I can't take this one. It's just messed up. It's messed up. Oh, man. Just be safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wear your seatbelts. Look both ways. I always tell people that when you're driving, and this isn't to talk down or be stupid or negative toward the people that pass. You know, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just talking aside from that now on things that we can control. I always tell people, man, when you're driving, you have to be the eyes and ears for everyone else on the road. You can't just think, well, I'm good. I don't text when I'm driving. I look both ways when I'm driving. I don't floor it as soon as it turns green. I take a look. I take a moment. You got to look for the other drivers as well. You got to be the eyes for the idiots that are texting. You got to be the eyes for the people that are distracted with the radio, for the people that are distracted talking to their kids and whoever's in the passenger seat. You got to watch for everyone. You got to watch for people that might be colorblind. You got to watch for somebody that's maybe suicidal and they want to run into you. You got to constantly be. We get way too desensitized, and it's like breathing. I drive every day. I drive all the time. It's no big deal. I could do this with my eyes closed. Well, unfortunately, there may be someone on the road literally with their eyes closed, and they can hit you if you have that mentality. And I just tell people you got to look for everybody because there's so many dummies out there that don't care. But it was a stationary truck. Man. Well, take care of yourselves. Be careful. At least according to what I've heard, don't go to Nigeria or India. Let them come to you.